Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is October 5th. Yeah, October 5th, 2022. Like I said, we're trying to get the podcast back on Sports Talk with the Fam. I'm here with the baby girl. She's over there listening to cartoons. But I just want to touch base on something real quick as I sip my coffee. I'm just thinking about a lot of different things. And it's like, I know this is a sports related podcast. We try not to get too serious, to talk about life things and different things like that. But this is also part of sports, also part of life. So shout out first and foremost to Aaron Judge for getting his 62nd home run. I was leaving to walk my dog yesterday out the apartment. I hear my neighbor playing the TV loud and everybody screaming and chanting that he got 62. Congratulations to him. But I want to talk about this, man. Like I said this before, and I said this before in a little short video that I had that I uploaded to the channel. That a lot of people don't take relationships and marriage seriously. It's one thing if you're dating somebody and you break up, that's one thing. Y'all want to live your lifestyle, that's it. But when it comes to marriage, it's a different commitment, and I feel that a lot of people don't value that commitment or treat it with the level of dignity and the respect that they should. So with that being said, I get upset when I hear people talk about cheating and making it so nonchalant about it, like it's not a big deal, when it is, because you're not only affecting your spouse, but you're affecting the family and that dynamic, and also the trust of the person moving forward. Like you're not gonna be able to trust the significant other that you have, whether it's male or female, because of the whole lack of being honest and transparent with the relationship and not being selfish. Because I feel cheating is just a selfish mechanism that people use to get by because they don't know how to cope or deal with their own feelings of anger and upset. Instead of having an adult conversation and talk about things, they tend to just want to just go out there and find somewhere else and find pleasure, if you will, with somebody else, to fill that gap. But anyway, Tom Brady, he is getting a divorce from his wife, Giselle, and it's funny because me and my boys were talking about this, and he was like how she said that he said that she did some witchcraft stuff like that to help him and different things like that. And I'm like, yo, he got to be careful. It's probably why he's looking bad, and not only that, it's stressful. And then I seen a lot of celebrities. We got the Ime Udoka situation that we spoke about, I touched on the last time, and you got all these different things happening, and it's just you realize that things are just bigger than sports. So even though we try to narrow it down and keep it to just sports, life do play a huge part into the sports and how things are going. But circling back, I just wanted to get that off my chest. But circling back to this Ime Udoka thing, I don't follow Twitter. I don't follow a lot of these things like a lot of people as much. But I did notice that when I watched it live with Malika Andrews, I know that's a big hot topic now, and how when she was introducing the interim head coach for the Celtics, she started to talk about his criminal past when he was in college. And I'm like, what is that? And this is live. And I was thinking this in my head, what does that have to do with anything relating to him being the coach of the team? Like, why mention that he had, been arrested for underage drinking when he was in college, or that he had a domestic dispute at a bar that got thrown out? Like, why mention all those things? And pretty much trying to tarnish his name. Now, he's a man of color, obviously. And I felt that why is that narrative always like that? Because even when they had another gentleman who died, a basketball player, I forgot his name, she mentioned his domestic abuse thing or some crap like that he was charged with, or was allegedly being charged with, and to kind of tarnish his name before they talk about the tragedy of him being shot to death. And ironically, he was being shot to death because he was interjecting with a domestic abuse situation with another person fighting a lady and trying to protect the lady by saying, yo, chill, and he got shot off of that. So Twitter was going ham on Malika and saying yo, why is she doing this, and she's racist, yada yada yada. She's mixed, she's half Jewish and half black, but half white and half black. But it just, to me, is very dangerous, if you will, with this whole how can I'm trying to put it in a good way that doesn't sound sexist, but this cold hatred towards men that she has is evident, especially men of color. That's just my personal opinion. But I feel that a lot of the stuff that she's doing is unnecessary. To speak on certain things and to have this narrative that's not true, that's not necessary, just because she wants to do a story. Now, I'm not a journalist. You know, I'm not in that business. I don't know anything about it, so I can't say much. But I just know that as a human, there's better ways of getting your point across, and there's better ways of being like, civil and just even humane, if you will, to address the topic and address the situation. And I just feel that, like I said, this is a quick, short video. That moving forward, she has to be very careful. She got her job. You know what I'm saying? It got accelerated to where she's at hosting the show and everything like that because of the whole Rachel Nichols thing. And then Rachel Nichols came out recently, talked about her side of the story, and now she's on Showtime. There's a lot of things that's starting to come up and being dug up. And for her to have this opportunity and be able to get her sister in there, you know what I'm saying? Nepotism, right? Get her sister involved and do these different things like that. I feel that you can't fly too close to the sun and make this narrative about women being like subjective. Not saying that they're not, but taking certain situations that have nothing to do with women being like victimized and like, and shamed, and make that the narrative, if you will. So I'm sorry, I know this kind of bounced around a little bit, but it's just something I wanted to touch on until we get to filming the podcast on a regular basis. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Sports Talk with the Fam. We are trying to get back in our schedules aligned, and maybe it might be like one-on-ones like this, like how I'm doing. It might be like, 2, 3, the whole game. We're just trying to get back there and be consistent. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day, and God bless.